Shankaracharya Sidhantha Bindum Vipuli Karomi. Many times we hear the words beyond the mind. In fact, it is fashionable nowadays in spiritual sessions to say or to talk or to mention something about beyond mind. Of course, the self is of the beyond, in another way from the beyond, and actually it is beyond. We come across these statements. One has to go beyond the mind, beyond the sorrow, beyond the suffering, like that. But especially mind and beyond the mind. If there is something beyond the mind, how it is? Wherever we want to go, even for tour, even for picnic, we will try to know about the place, how it is, what are the views of others, if anybody has gone there, how did they feel about it, and what are other opinions about it, what are other details about accommodation, about various other sources of sightseeing, so on and so forth. How is the food there? We want to know about something. Wherever we want to go, we want to know about that place at least as an information. In fact, we want to book the ticket also, at least we have to know the place, name of the place where they are going. And if possible, some details. And nowadays, because of the internet and websites, there is so much of information that sometimes it is very confusing also. If we hit 2-3 different sources of information, if they are contradictory, it is very confusing. But whatever it is, we want to know. So, because all the while we are living in the realm of the mind, level of the mind, thinking that we are the mind, stuck at the state of the mind, constantly involved in thoughts, various kinds of feelings, and so many different kinds of images, various kinds of things that keep going on. So, the important thing is how to get an idea about it. So, what is that which is beyond the mind? It is as simple as this. That which is beyond the mind is not somewhere, not anything else, not belonging to anyone. It belongs to us. It is inside, and it is the very basis for all of our knowing, knowledge, experience, so on and so forth. So, that is the subjective awareness. Subjective awareness is beyond the mind. Now, how to understand? In relation to the statement beyond the mind, subjective awareness is beyond. When can we say that it is beyond the mind? when there is no entanglement and compulsiveness which are there at the mind level. Subjective awareness is devoid of content. Subjective awareness is devoid of content. What is this content? Such as thoughts, feelings, and images. Subjective awareness is devoid of content such as thoughts, feelings, images. At the mind level, always there are thoughts, feelings, images in the mind. Continuous flow of thoughts. Also because we are emotionally involved feelings. And there are so many kinds of images that are there. Thoughts, feelings and images are not always good. They are not good also. They are divine also, undivine also. They are nice also, not nice also. Sometimes they don't fall under these two categories also. Nice, not nice. We don't know what they are also. Why they are there? We don't know. But subjective awareness is devoid of thoughts, feelings, images. Mind needs thoughts. When you and I think that we are the mind, we need thoughts. Okay, we have no way other than getting involved with the thoughts. But the awareness, the subjective awareness, not the mind becoming aware of its own portion, not you and I becoming aware of others' behavior. That is again game of the mind and ego. Subjective awareness, where it is that pure awareness and it is subjective and there is nothing else subjective to it. It is the subject of all objects. That subjective awareness, which is devoid of the content, no thoughts, no feelings, no images, and such a subjective awareness is still, silent, unmoving. It need not move. You and I move because we have so many desires. We have either to get rid of something or to gain something. Either to get away from somebody or to go closer to somebody. Because we always have an agenda inside our mind. Either get rid or get. We want to lose something or gain something. All our actions are motivated by these two things. Whatever I do not have which is good, which is imaginatively, projectedly good, I want it. And whatever I have, experientially or ignorantly bad, I want to get rid of it. I am motivated always by these things. So, matlabi, for everything that we do, we have matlab. Very rarely we find those pure souls who have understood that they are not different from this objective awareness, where thoughts, feelings, images are not required. There is no need to run, because subjective awareness is silent, still, unmoving. There is no need for it to move. It is not only silent, still and unmoving. It is all-inclusive. Everything is an object to that subject awareness. It is all-inclusive. And not only all-inclusive, it is all present. It is always present. It is never absent. Mind can be absent. Even in the waking world, people have absent minds. In dream, we do not know. But in deep sleep, definitely mind is absent. The internal organ, Antahkarana, is not available. But we have already seen that without that we are very happy. In deep sleep, without mind, without body, without senses, we are happy. So that only tells us for happiness we don't need these things. All present, it is always present. It is all inclusive. It is not excluding anything. If anything is not conducive to us, doesn't match our thoughts, our expectation, we exclude things. We exclude people. We exclude situations. So many things. But it is all inclusive because it is subject to awareness. Whatever is connected with the individual, it is all included. And the same subject to awareness is the subject to awareness in all. So it is all inclusive, it is all present. There is never a time where it is absent, but it is still. You and I are always in struggle, are always chasing something, running after something, wanting something, desiring something, struggling for something, craving for something, accumulating something, disowning something, owning something. But the subject of awareness is still. If you and I who are thinking that we are the mind and ego, wants to have a taste of what silence is, what stillness is, it has to focus on the subjective awareness. This subjective awareness, which is well within ourselves, which is our own true nature, is beyond mind. This is what is beyond mind. To get there, we need to do certain things. First of all, the curiosity which we have can be shifted from form and content of thoughts. It can be shifted from the form. Our curiosity is on the form. Our curiosity is on the content of thoughts. That is why so many thoughts, so many forms. And the forms have names, so names, forms, thoughts, forms, names, thoughts. The curiosity has to be shifted from form and the content of thoughts in order to become aware of the silent field of conscious awareness. Silent field of consciousness. It is on this silent field of consciousness the whole gamut, entire range of thinking processes goes on. The subjective awareness is aware of all these things, but never ever affected by a single thought, a single feeling, or even a passing image. All that we need to do to get there is to shift the curiosity, to become aware of the silent field of consciousness. Whatever belongs to the silent field of consciousness, that is always of the divine. Silence is of the Atma. Thoughts are of the ego. Whatever we may think that is connected to our individual existence as an ego. In truth, silence means it is connected with the Atma. The ego, as such, is attached to novelty. That is why it searches frenetically for interesting form and interesting sensation. All the egos are frenetically in search of interesting form, interesting sensation. If you ask anybody, what is the prime aim for the ego? Sensation, interesting sensation, interesting form. A new form, new sensation, new experience. Because when the ego is attached to novelty, it would always goes in search of it. And if you really want to be with the subjective awareness, this such craving, such frenetic search of the ego for new form and new sensation has to be refused and replaced. Has to be refused and replaced with interest for the silent, formless substratum. The substratum is silent, the substratum is formless. The ego is fanatical in search for new form and sensation. If really one wants to experience the subjective awareness, you have to refuse that ego's frenetic search. Reject it and replace it with interest. Instead of searching for new form and sensation outside, now you have to replace that with the interest in the silent and formless substratum. The thrills that we experience, the joys that we gain, the creative newness that we come to face in the inner world of the silent field of consciousness, of the subjective awareness, is incomparable with the outer, momentary, dying, passing events and fleeting newness of form or sensation. That which we call new outside, in a second, fraction of a second, it will become old. The moment we say new, it is already becoming old. That is why New Year keeps on coming. And it becomes old. All the so-called fascinating things in the external world are not even equal to an iota of the creative beauty of the silent field of consciousness. This formless, silent substratum is always present. And that is always present. All that we need to know, we need to do is to turn inwards, to refuse the outward movement of the mind as the ego in the frenetic search, replace it with interest in the silent field, then it automatically gets noticed. If we turn inwards with the interest, make that attempt, then this silent field of consciousness gets noticed. It reveals itself, it unveils itself, provided we shift that curiosity and turn that attention inwards. The conscious awareness is unbound. It is not bound by anything. It is free. The real freedom that an individual can experience, boundless freedom for eternity, is only in conscious awareness. But that is not bound by anything. We try to gain freedom from one thing, unawares we are caught in bondage of another thing. We do not know how many bondages are there inside. Only when they come face to face, then we will come to know. Only when they surface and we come face to face, then we will come to know. We will be carrying so many things. Otherwise, our mind freedom from this, freedom from that, freedom from that, freedom from that. The real freedom is not outside, where we can say freedom from this. All those people who are searching for freedom like that, they are never freed from the bondages which give suffering, misery, peacelessness, so on and so forth. They are never free. The real freedom is inside, because this conscious awareness is unbound and it is free. It is tranquil, completely quiet. Well, within the most agitated personality is this tranquil, conscious awareness. But it gets unnoticed. Each individual carries this. This is the divinity in each individual. We have to manifest it. Make it manifest. And then the devilishness of thinking gets replaced by the divinity of tranquility. And this conscious awareness is spontaneous. At the mental level, we try to become spontaneous. This creative awareness, this conscious awareness is always spontaneous. And this conscious awareness is beyond birth and beyond death. This has neither birth nor death. Totally free from the duality. And in order to discover this field of conscious awareness, one has to be simple, easygoing, and relaxed. Breathing. In order to discover this conscious awareness, one has to be simple, not show off, not project to others what one is not, which what one has not done, tell others I have done. What I am not, to impress others, tell I have done. And to employ few people to tell that he has done. And he is like that. In political field, we can see. Even in spiritual field, this is happening. Always I want to show off that I am something, I am great, I am this, I am that. The ego, because it is dissatisfied with itself, unhappy with itself. So unless and until there is a projection from somebody that, oh, you are this? Yes. Which I am not, of course. How long I will be satisfied with these kinds of superficial success? I go to sleep with disturbance if I am chasing these things. One has to be simple. Simple, that's all. That which is simple is great. That which is complex tries to prove that it is great. People are also like that. The greatest people are always simple. Only the people who don't have the real greatness try to protect something. Simple. In order to discover this conscious awareness, one has to be simple. The simple mind, a person if is simple, the mind will be simple. Easy going. Not taking too much of others' limitations, not taking too much of those things into the head, not getting burdened by these things, shortcomings, limitations, negativity. This is always available in abundance on the sea. So much is available, including in ourselves. Easy going. Easy going doesn't mean others will start taking this fellow easy. Going easy with things, not stubborn, rigid, flexibility, easiness. When there is easiness inside, easy going personality will be there outside. And relaxed. Not getting hypnotized. Relax, relax, relax. for a conscious awareness. That is why at least a few moments we have to spend like this to become one with that conscious awareness. As the desire for control and ego's obsession for control are relinquished. Ego always wants to control. Mind always wants to control. Control everybody, everything. Control the people who are below, try to control the people who are above. Devise techniques to control. Always mind will be thinking how to control this fellow, how to control that fellow, how to control him, how to control her, how to control boss, how to control clerk, how to control wife, how to control husband. Always controlling. Ego always wants to control. Because they have got a fear. If I don't exercise this control, what will happen? They will be peaceful. They will also grow. Always. Wherever this ego goes, it wants to control everything. Why to the ego satisfaction? You should listen to me, you should follow me, you should obey me, whatever I say you have to do. That is when these egos, when they go as disciples, they will try to control the guru also. So what to say about other things? Everywhere, wherever they are there, they want to control. Control finance, control the committee, control the organization, control employees, control employers. Everything control. Country mind always wants to control. If they join study group, control study group. Join the committee, control committee. These minds will never progress spiritually. So when this ego's obsession for control is relinquished, the conscious awareness presents itself for recognition. It can present only itself. It will present itself for recognition. We will recognize it because of its grace, not because we can make it get recognized by us. We can only remove those things which are covering our vision from realizing it, from recognizing it. Once this ego's obsession for control is relinquished, this conscious awareness will present itself for recognition. We cannot but recognize it. And once we taste it, then that is a different dimension. If there is silence, there is stillness, there is gratitude, there is beauty, there is joy, there is happiness, there is never-ending peace. No dependency on thought, no necessity of feeling, no need for images. Beautiful personality manifests out of such experiences. But without this conscious awareness, the individual can never know anything. Not only what the individual knows, but he will not be able to know what he doesn't know also. Without this conscious awareness. It is this conscious awareness which makes us know everything. It is only through this we gain all the knowledge. That is why it is said, conscious awareness is a priori awareness of existence. Meaning it is prior to this awareness of existence. Consciousness, the true consciousness, is even prior to this awareness of existence. I am aware of something, aware of existence, aware of something that exists. But this consciousness, which is even the substratum for awareness, that is before it, awareness of existence has happened. Out of that is awareness manifest. So it is conscious awareness. So we need to get into that conscious awareness. So which is not anywhere else. It is our own inner self, which is conscious, which is aware. And when we spend some time to be there, turning mind towards, turning the whole attention towards the conscious awareness, then slowly we come to experience and enjoy the depths of it and the joys and peace and silence that is associated with it. Each day, if we can spend few moments like that, and then it becomes easy for us to be with the world, the changing world, the constantly modifying world. What prevents us from experiencing it? Already we have seen few. Ego's obsession for control, thoughts, feelings, images, so many things. Not only those things, the kartrutva and the bhogurutva that we have, the doership and the enjoyership, which is also called as the agency. This agency, being an agent of doership and enjoyership, is also prevents. And this is not reality. This is not real nature of the self. The self has no doership, no enjoyership. The doership and enjoyership belong only to Jiva, who is a Chidavasa, who is a reflection of the consciousness. And it is connected with the ego and the mind. That is all it is. The ego and mind only think that I am a doer, I am an enjoyer. But the conscious awareness is simply aware of all these things. If it was the real nature, it would never leave the conscious awareness. So all the people who attain to that level of conscious awareness are always beyond this doership and enjoyership. That is not the real nature of that. If it is the real nature of a thing, it can never be removed. The conscious awareness of the self is self-luminous. It is self-luminous. If it is not self-luminous, the universe would have been dark and blind. Because nothing would have had shine. Because all the sun, stars, moon, fire, everything gets shine from it only. That is self-luminous. And not only it is conscious, not only it is awareness, not only it is luminous, not only it is silent and tranquil, but it is also very, very joyous, enjoyable. Parama prema spadatvena Parama prema aspadatvena Chatasya love of all. The self, it is the object of supreme love of all. The self is of the nature of bliss. What everybody wants, what you and I want, what is the most important thing in our agenda? We want happiness. We want people because they can contribute to happiness. We want objects because they can provide happiness. We want to go to places because they can become happy. In fact, we want experiences because they give happiness. So that is the most important thing. We want happiness. So since what every living being wants happiness, and that is the most dearest thing to all. That is the thing which is loved by all. We all love happiness. And that happiness is our true nature. So that is why the inner self is the object of supreme love for all. Why it is the object of supreme love for all? Not because we have understood that it is Brahman or it is divine, but because we love happiness, and that's nature is happiness. The nature of the self is happiness. So whether knowingly or unknowingly, all of us are seeking for the happiness that is available in the self, but we are seeking in the objects and in the people and in the places. That is all it is. Where it is definitely not available, only glimpses of it is available. So the self, which is devoid of qualities, it is devoid, nirtharmakaha. It is ananda rupatva. It is of the form of bliss, it is of the form of ananda. But it is nirtharmakaha. Devoid of qualities, devoid of properties. There is nothing that we can say that this is like that. That which is of the form of happiness, that which is of the form of bliss, is nirtharmakaha. No qualities, no properties. Nitya, it is eternal, it is always there. And you and I were searching for happiness, are once upon a time there and another point of time they are not there. Saprakasha, it is self-luminous. The inner self or the self is self-luminous. And Sukhatmaka, and it is of the nature of happiness. It is Sukhatma. But seeking that Sukha, you and I can become Dukha. Sukhatmaka. Eva Atma Ityadhyaya. It is also said, Ayam Atma Paranandaha Parama Prema Aspadattvataha. Atma is the place for Parama Prema. Aspadam means a place. So Parama Prema. So the Atma is the place for Parama Prema. And how it is? What is the place for Parama Prema? Atma. Supreme love. Highest form of love. The deepest and greatest love. The place for that is Atma. Not a person. Not an object, not a place, not a thing. It is the Atma. And how it is? Parananda. Paramanandakara. Gives great happiness and great joy. Otherwise, why do we have love in it? Whenever we love somebody, we get joy. The more we love, the more joy we get. Of course, the more love we get, the more joy also we get. Because love means there is joy in association with it. And what about that sad songs and all these tragic things and all that? That is all mental. That is all from the individual standpoint. Whenever I feel loss, whenever I feel separation, whenever I feel that I am ditched, hand diya, then these things will start. But actually, the love means it is associated with joy. Paramanandakara. And this is what is the self which I have. That is why it is said, anyone, whosoever the person is, does whatever the person wants to do, is only for the sake of the self. Meaning, for the sake of happiness. It is only for the sake of the self. We love all people for our sake. And if they are not listening to us, not obeying us, not following us, not acting according to our expectations, not fulfilling This is the first thought that comes in the mind of people. You are not attraction. You don't follow it. That's all. Till then, love. Without you, how can I live? But afterwards, with you, I cannot live. We love all for the sake of ourselves. If they say no, then we are ready to leave them. In the state of deep sleep, we are in the proximity of Atma. Deep sleep, where there is no body, mind, senses functioning actively. We are not available. We are all in ignorance. We are in the proximity to the Atma. Then we experience Ananda. And then we will come to know that Atma is Ananda, gives happiness. That is why we have great inclination for sleep also. Because we get happiness. We can get rid of all worries, tensions, pressures, duty bound, whatever it is, all tension, all pressure, everything is gone. We are in that state of happiness. That is why there is inclination to sleep and inclination to move towards the path. But the point is, as of now, we do not have this Brahma, this knowledge, we have only Brahma, delusion. That is why we are searching for this Ananda somewhere. Two women met each other. They were great friends. They met each other after a decade. But when they were young, both of them were in love with the same person. Both of them were in love with the same person. It happens. And one of them married that person. Another woman married somebody else. They parted their ways. And after 10 years they are meeting. And then this lady asks the other, my loss is your gain. My loss is your gain. I hope every moment you are cherishing, relishing, enjoying, reveling in that gain. And that woman says, it is better to have loved and lost than won and gained. The experience is something else. Initially there might have been great thrilling moments of I gained it. But she says it is better to have loved and lost. You are in a great advantage, she says. Because everybody expresses love for actually for the sake of happiness. One boyfriend went to meet the girlfriend and take her out for a movie and then for a party. He went there and rang the bell. And then from inside the house, the girlfriend says, I am dying! I cannot come! I am dying in panic! I cannot come! But this man did not know what to do. I am dying in panic! I cannot come! And this man tried to break open the door, front door, it is so strong. Really cool, original wood. And he could not do it. So he ran to the backyard, jumped over the wall, dashed into the back door and tried to somehow break it open and then came in. And then she says, I am dying. You are ringing the bell and I am dying in panic. The color of the hair from black to brown. The meaning of the words changes according to the situation and according to the intention. The teacher asked the student, I told you to write 5 paragraphs essay on milk. And you give only one paragraph? You wrote only one paragraph? What is this? And the student says, I wrote the essay on condensed milk. But this way that I also have to condense the 5 paragraphs in one minute. The teacher asked the student, tell me, who is a hypocrite? And the student says, the one who comes to the school with a smile on the face. Many times the smile on our face doesn't indicate what we are experiencing. Because nowadays it is a formal word. So formality to smile. But for the one who is in connection with conscious awareness, even though there is a smile for a few seconds, that will penetrate into us without any attempt, any effort from the part of the person. Coming back to the main cause why we are not able to know this conscious awareness as our own true nature, it is because of adhyasa, the main topic, right from the first day onwards. Adhyasa, in other words, is superimposition. And we have already seen that Atma and Anatma have mutual superimposition. But today we will go into detail. That's why the other day somebody asked me about the mutual superimposition, how I can understand. I requested the person to wait because now we will have a detailed study. So then, adhyasa is of two kinds. We need to gain knowledge about our ignorance and then superimposition. One is pratibhasika. It means seeing a rope, traditional example, and thinking that it is a snake. That is temporary. I don't think when we see a snake on the rope, it will be always with us. That is temporary. Second thing is vyavaharika. Adhyasa, second kind is vyavaharika. It is superimposing the whole world in Brahman. The whole world is superimposed in Brahman. It will be there. And then again it is said in the interpretation here that adhyasa is of two types. One is karana adhyasa. Here karana means the cause of creation. Karana adhyasa. The cause, which is Maya, is superimposed on Brahman. Maya is, in other words, avidya at level of totality. Maya is the cause of the world, and that is superimposed on Brahman. It superimposes itself on Brahman. That is karana adhyasa. And second one is karya adhyasa. The effects of that cause. Maya has got certain effects. It has certain products that it has created. So karya adhyasa means superimposing body and indriyas in the Atman and the world in the Brahman. Body and indriyas in the Pratyekatman, in the Atman, and the world in the Brahman. Karya adhyasa. Here also, the appearance of the world, appearance of Maya in Brahman is vivartama. Meaning what? Like a snake appearing in the rope. The rope did not change itself into snake. The rope facilitated the snake to appear. Brahman does not change. The world appears in Brahman, Maya appears in Brahman, everything else is adhyastha in the adhisthana. There is substratum. It doesn't change, but it allows everything to appear in it. That is called vivarta. Transfigurative cause of the world. Another one is parinama, change. Like mud changes itself to become pot. Maya is all parinama. Maya onwards it is parinama. Maya is the transformative material cause. Brahman is not transformative, it is transfigurative. That is why it is vivarta. Maya is parinama. Jagat coming out of Maya is all modification, change. Maya alone becomes so many things. Trigunas, it has got Panchabhutas, it becomes so many things. That we have seen already in the Panchakarana. And now coming to the terms. Anyonya Adhyasa. This happens from two sides. Maya dharmas, qualities that are there connected with Maya, properties that are there connected with Maya, which is Ajnana, are superimposed in Brahman. Ajnana is superimposed in Brahman. And Brahman dharmas, which are Satyam and Jnanam, are superimposed in Maya. That is one way, one level of superimposition, mutual superimposition. At the totality level. At the Vesti level, that was at the Samasti level, at the Vesti level, Atma dharmas, the Atma dharmas, Satyam and Jnanam, are superimposed in the mind. And the mind's dharma, Sukham, Dukkham, are superimposed in the Atma. That is why I feel I am happy, I am miserable. Traditionally, one example is given here, which says, even when we don't know the substratum, if we say something which is not correct, it is Brahma. Karna in Mahabharata, that example is taken by the spiritual masters. Karna thinks that he is the son of Radha. So he is called as Radheya generally. He wants to live like that till the last minute also. But actually he is the son of Kunti. He is Kaunteya. But he thinks he is Radheya. Till he does not know that he is Kaunteya, he thinks he is Radheya. Even afterwards he thinks he is Radheya. Even after knowing also he doesn't want to identify with Kunti, but he wants to identify with Radha only. So here, even when he doesn't know that he is the son of Kunti, but even when he said that I am Radheya, it is Brahma. It is not correct. Even when we don't know Brahman, when we say I am, body, mind, senses, it is Brahman. Not only when we know Brahman, it is Brahman. If we don't know also, it is Brahman. Right, when Rajakumara was there, another example given by spiritual masters of the traditional time. This Rajakumara, the king took this Rajakumara at a very tender age to the forest to hunt. Some havoc happened there. Some calamity happened. He lost the little young child. And thereafterwards, he could not find the boy, and he was taken away by some tribals there, and he grew up as a tribal child. Billa Kumara. The Rajakumara became Billa Kumara. Only after they grew up to a certain age, the main prime minister who knew certain important marks, certain important signs, then he understood that this fellow is not Billa Kumara, he is Rajakumara. Then he inquired about their parents and how you got them and where you find them. Then they understood that this is the one. Then he was brought back to the kingdom, then he became Rajakumara, whatever it is. But even when we did not know that he is Rajakumara, but he was claiming that I am Billa Kumara, he is Brahma. Not real. You and I with our limited knowledge think I am happy, I am not happy, I am great, I am not great, I am this, I am that. All because of this adhyasa. And this nescience or ignorance, which is the cause of this adhyasa, cannot be of the nature of delusion, as some people, for the sake of argument, they say it might be delusion. It is not delusion, it is not doubt, or it is a succession of mental impressions caused by delusion or doubt. It is neither a delusion, nor a doubt, or a successive mental impressions caused by delusion or doubt. Why? The logical answer is, such things cannot be experienced in the present period of time. Self cannot be the cause of this delusion because it is changeless. Self is immutable. Nor can the mind be the cause because mind is a product of Maya. They are themselves products of ignorance or nescience. And the nescience, is it a mere negation? Some people say it's a bigger negation. Abhava. It is not abhava. Because whatever is abhava, negation, cannot cover Brahman, cannot create world, cannot do anything which is connected with the creation. It cannot do anything. Whatever is abhava cannot do anything. It is not abhava padartha, it is a bhava padartha. Because it becomes material cause. It covers, it veils, and it projects. Avarana, vikshepa. That itself tells it is not abhava padartha, it is a bhava padartha. And in connection with this, there are few pointers from the scriptures. Devatma Shaktim Swagunaihi Nigudham Devatma Shaktim Swagunaihi Nigudham from the Shvetasvatara Upanishad. They means the people who really went in search into themselves for attaining the highest state of Atmic consciousness. They realized the power of Supreme Being. They realized the power of Supreme Being, which is concealed by its own gunas or effects. That is Maya. It is the power of Supreme Being who realized those people, the scientists of the inner world, the explorers of the inner world, the rishis, the sages, the saints. They realized the power of Supreme Being. This is the power of Supreme Being, in a sense, the ignorance, the avidya, the Maya, which is concealed by its own gunas. It is not revealed to everybody. It is concealed by itself, by its own gunas. Mayantu Prakritim Vidya Mayinantu Maheshwaram, which speaks of the power as constituted of the gunas. Mayantu Prakritim Vidya. It is constituted of the gunas. No Maya to be Prakriti. And Mayinantu Maheshwaram. And the wielder of Maya, the holder of Maya, the user of Maya, the one who wields the Maya, is the Supreme Lord. Again from Svedasvatara Upanishad. Know that Maya is Prakriti, it is of gunas, and the one who wields it is Ishvara, Maheshwara. Indro Mayabhihi Pururupa Iyate Indro Mayabhihi Pururupa Iyate. The Supreme Being is perceived as having manifold forms. Supreme Being is not only one form, manifold, so many forms because of Maya. From the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Indro Maya Vidu Pururupa Iyate. So many forms the Supreme Being has. Somebody says only Supreme Being is formless. He can have forms also because he has got Maya. Because of Maya he can have so many forms. There is no end to his having forms. Anrutena hi Prayudha Anrutena hi Prayudha Chandogya Upanishad. They are covered by Ignorance covers everything. All the jivas are because of ignorance, they are covered by ignorance. What actually is only the pure, conscious self. Niharena Taitriya Samhita. They are covered by mist. Like mist covering, and there when the mist covers, we don't know what is there. Like that, the fog and the mist is all that. Bhuyaschante Vishwamaya Nivrittihi Bhuyaschante Vishwamaya Nivrittihi. Shvetashvatara Upanishad. When we seek Him by His grace, Bhuyaschante Vishwamaya Nivrittihi, then finally cessation of all Maya. All Maya ends. It ceases to exist. All because of Him. He can make it happen, He can withdraw it, and He can make it cease to exist. These statements from the Shruti or the scripture show that Maya is nescience or ignorance, and it is indeterminable, unreal, but removable by knowledge of the reality. It is removable by the knowledge of the reality, and it is the cause of the superimposition of itself and others. Others means ego, mind, intellect, memory, world, beings, all. Since it is described by the knowledge, from the standpoint of knowledge, it is not real. Since its effect, the world, is actually experienced, we can't say it is real, not real. So, hence it is indeterminate. Because we are experiencing its effects, we can't say it is not there. But from the standpoint of highest knowledge, it is not there. So that is why it is indeterminable. Tena Ajnana Adhyasa Visishta Chaitanye Ahankara Tad Vishishtecha Kama Sankalparinam This is from Madhusudana Saraswati in the Sidhantha Bindu, the point 59. Thus, the ego superimposed on pure consciousness, on which nescience has already been superimposed, meaning nescience is superimposed, then the ego is again superimposed on the pure consciousness. What is that which is connected with the ego is superimposed? The qualities of the ego. Qualities of ego are superimposed on the consciousness. What are they? Like resolve, like desire. And then the qualities of sense organs are superimposed upon the pure consciousness. Qualities of sense organs. The quality of eye, quality of ear. He can hear anything, he can see anything, or he has only squint eye, he has one eye, and he has a deaf ears. All these qualities are superimposed on the consciousness. Because senses are not directly perceivable, so the qualities, they themselves are not superimposed. No one says, I am the eye, I am here. Has everybody said, I am the eye, I am here? properly, my eye is working excellently. So, it is said the quality of the sense organs, the qualities of the ego, the qualities of the mind, all these things are superimposed on the consciousness, pure consciousness. In mutual superimposition, anatma being superimposed on atma means the qualities of these things. Then, tat visishteja, sthula deha, adhyasa dharma, puraskarena, evam aham manushyaha, continuing that 59th point, Madhusudana Sidhantha Bindu says, on that pure consciousness, gross body also is superimposed, but only with reference to its qualities. In the form, I am a man, I am a woman, I am neither of them. The body itself is not, but the qualities are superimposed. See, I am this body, and I am fat, I am stout, I am tall, I am short, I am thin. You say all these things, no? I am fat, I am short, I am gaining weight, I have to lose weight, I have to become thin, that fellow is very fat. All that. Meaning what? All these qualities of body are superimposed on pure consciousness. In Anyomya Adhyasa, mutual superimposition, these are the qualities of the body, of the indriyas, of the mind, of the ego, all are superimposed upon the heart. And then it is said, on that pure consciousness, still there is superimposition of the well-being or otherwise, of relatives, friends, son, wife, husband, daughter, all is also superimposed on pure consciousness. So, a man feels happy when the son, wife, husband, daughter are all happy, and man or woman feels unhappy when they are unhappy. Because there is superimposition of happiness and unhappiness, success and failure of people near and dear to one in the pure consciousness. That is why they are unhappy, they are happy, are you not understanding? Starting from superimposition of ignorance by itself, then continuously one after another, everything including friends and relatives, their well-being, their not well-being, everything is superimposed. Evam chaitanyasya api ahankaradishu deha paryanteshu adhyasaha samsargataha. Similarly, there is also the superimposition of consciousness on the ego up to the gross body. Consciousness is superimposed on the ego up to the gross body. This superimposition is only by association, and it is known as samsarga adhyasa. It association. The consciousness is associated with all these things. Samsarga adhyasa. Even this association is only by the way of reflection of consciousness. Reflection of consciousness in the mind. Because there cannot be any actual association between consciousness, which is absolutely real, and the mind, which is empirically real, worldly real. Empirical reality mind. But by reflection, consciousness has become a reflection in the Antahkarana. So that reflection is connected with all these things. That can be a reflection, or that can be an extended power of the Pratyagatma. So that is how it is connected with all these things. Again, it is said, the superimposition is of two kinds. See, one kind is when a rope is mistaken for snake, you cannot see the rope, you will see only snake. You and I, whenever we mistake rope for a snake, we don't see rope then. Whatever we see, snake moving, hissing, everything we see. When the rope is mistaken for a snake, rope is not seen, only the snake is seen. We do not know the existence of rope at all. And only then we can say snake is superimposed on the rope. This is called as Swarupa Adhyasa. And the world is superimposed on Brahman. We don't see Brahman. We see only the world. We see only other bodies. We see only other senses. We we see only other minds, egos, thoughts, their deeds, actions, experiences, happiness, unhappiness. Are we not seeing only these things in the world? Are we seeing Brahman? We are not seeing Brahman. We are seeing snake on the rope. We are seeing the world in Brahman. Brahman we don't see, world we see. Because it is Swarupa Adhyasa. The second kind of Adhyasa is where, for example, a crystal is there, pure crystal, and nice red color flower is there. Red color is in the crystal. Whole crystal is of red color. But here we can see crystal also, flower also. Here we can see crystal also, flower also. Because of the proximity of the red flower, crystal also is of red color. But both we can see. But in earlier one, we can't see the substratum, we can't see Brahman, we can't see raw. We can see only that which is projected, superimposed. Like bird, not snake. But here we can see both. And this is known as Samsarga Adhyasa. Samsarga, association. Samsarga Adhyasa. By association of red color flower to the crystal, crystal looks red. Crystal didn't become red. Crystal did not own red. Red color did not attach to crystal. Crystal did not get affected by red color. Even then, crystal is not having red color. I am seeing red color crystal. Crystal has not got red color. I am seeing world in Brahman. Brahman has no world. I am seeing mind, intellect, memory, egos, qualities in Pratyekatma. Pratyekatma has not got any one of these things. Crystal has not got any one of these things. But I am seeing, you can see, it will appear as if it is there. It is not there. The world appears as if it is in Brahman. It is not there. Samsarga Adhyasa. So one is Swarupa Adhyasa, another one is Samsarga Adhyasa. Both these kinds of superimposition are present in mutual superimposition of the self on not self on self. Both these are present. Because of the superimposition of the not self on the self, the existence of the self is not recognized. Because Anatma is superimposed on Atma, Atma is not recognized. When we see at the individual level, mind, intellect, memory, ego, everything is superimposed on Pratyekatma. Pratyekatma we don't see. We cannot see Pratyekatma. We see only mind, we see only intellect, we see only memory, thoughts, desire, happiness, misery, suffering, struggle, all these things, ego's reaction, only these we see. In us and others, everywhere. But what is actual, what is real? Pratyekatma is real. But why we are not able to see? Superimposition. Why superimposition? That is Adhyasa. Why Adhyasa? Ajnana. That is where superimposition is. Swarupa Adhyasa. In the superimposition of the self on the not self, in the superimposition of Atma on Anatma, only the consciousness of the self is attributed. The consciousness of the self is attributed to the body, to the senses, to the mind, to the ego. Everything becomes active. Everything becomes alive. Everything starts functioning. Everything starts doing what they are supposed to do. How they are programmed to do. Like computer becomes effective. Television becomes effective. Air cooler becomes effective. By the touch of the current, like by the touch of the consciousness, everything starts functioning. This is called as superimposition of the Atma on Anatma. Atma is superimposed, Samsarga Adhyasa. When Anatma is superimposed on Atma, Swarupa Adhyasa. This is mutual superimposition. That is what we don't know. So what we have to do now? Adhyasa deva samsaro. Then what it does, anatma objects, because of the superimposition, then it says I and mine. This is the main cause of samsara or worldliness. Atma having the superimposed identification with non-self. Objects as I, mine. This is the main cause of the worldliness. Body and senses are thought as I. I am body, I am senses. I am mind, I am ego. I am all. And the property, the money, the other objects, the house, the wife, the husband, the children are all mine. They are all mine. Why? Because I am the body, they are all mine. I am the mind and ego, they are all mine. And thoughts are mine. Happiness and misery is mine. So due to the delusion, and thus deluded person performs acts of merit and demerit. Because of this, I am the body, mind, intellect, memory, ego, and I have all these people and then objects and things, and then because of that I have to, because of this delusion, because of this foolishness, I have to do acts of merit and demerit, punya papa. And then when I do punya papa, what I will experience? Only happiness, happiness and misery. And I keep pursuing the samsara. This is how samsara continues. All this samsara, adhyasa deva samsaro. Full of identification. And this property, that money is increasing, this money is falling down, bank rates are rising, share market is falling down, that fellow did not accept the proposal, this fellow rejected my daughter, that fellow, that daughter-in-law kicked my son. All so many responsibilities, so many identifications, so many things, and all these things. Samsara, adhyasa, deva samsara. The samsara is full, is there present because of adhyasa, superimposition. Nashte, adhyase, na drushyate. The moment adhyasa is gone, nothing of this is visible. The whole samsara is not visible. The world will be there, but nothing will touch, nothing will bind, nothing will affect, nothing will imprison, nothing will influence us so that we have to undergo all this. Nothing will be there. The moment adhyasa is gone, everything disappears. Nashte dhyase na drushyate. Nothing is available. The moment knowledge dawns, ignorance gone, superimposition gone, the world will be different. There are few individuals in whom this is gone, who have dropped the sense of I-ness, dropped the sense of minus in relation to the body, in relation to the relatives, in everything. They have abandoned the actions of merit and demerit, punya and papa. They have gone beyond the bondages of happiness and misery, grief and infatuation. There is neither grief nor infatuation, neither happiness nor misery. There is nothing for them. They have gone beyond. By living in the body, they experience the bliss of dharma. This is the reason why we have to utilize the process and technique of anvaya and vyatireka. And to recognize the adhyasa is the main cause of samsara and attempt to eradicate the adhyasa, superimposition. Once we recognize that the disease is in this state, then we can administer medicine and cure it and totally heal it and forget about it. That is how once we know that this is all caused by adhyasa, then through the scriptural process of what is reality and what is not real, what is atma, what is anatma, anvaya, vyatireka, we can attain there. That is how adhyasa can be removed, and whatever is there, we will see tomorrow. Sarva Om Vagishwaraya Vidmahe Hayagrivaya Dhimahi Tanno Hayagriva Prachodayat Om Akshareshwaraya Vidmahe मह्यं मेधां प्रज्ञां प्रयच्छ स्वाहा हयग्रीवमङ्गलम् विष्णवे मङ्गलम् विष्णवे मङ्गलम् विद्या